Today I got some exciting news for you guys about the upcoming Turning Tides DLC for Battlefield 1. The new expansion pack, which will introduce us to the naval warfare of World War I, is scheduled to be released into the vanilla game in December this year. In the past couple of days, DICE developers revealed that they're working on releasing those new maps into the CTE to all three platforms at the same time. Patch for the PC is already there, but we're still waiting for the Sony and Microsoft to approve the new patch for consoles. I have absolutely no clue what they're testing during that time, because it usually takes them about 2 weeks to complete the approval. However, this patch was prepared a bit of time ago, so now it will most likely be released to the CTE for all platforms on the upcoming Tuesday. Sadly, we don't have any confirmation from DICE if we will see all the content from the new DLC this Tuesday, or they will just keep adding it to the CTE over time. Looking back at the previous DLCs and how those worked in the CTE, I bet that we aren't going to see everything at once, and we will have to wait a couple of weeks for DICE to show us all of the new stuff that they prepared. Interestingly though, here on PC, we've got 2 servers which are protected by password, but those include some of the maps that we haven't seen yet, and those are most likely the ones that we will be able to play in the CTE first. For those of you guys who weren't really interested in the upcoming DLC, there are only 4 maps confirmed in this one, so at this point we have pretty much no idea whether in this DLC we will only get 4 of them in total, or DICE will decide to add 2 more maps, like in the first French DLC, which added the 2 night maps later, after the major release has already happened. And the same goes for the new weapon arsenal that will be coming with this expansion pack. We have no clue whether DICE will provide us multiple weapons for the same class, or maybe just one, like in the French DLC. All we know so far is that the British Royal Marines are going to be the new playable faction in the game, and we will get the grappling hook as the gadget most likely, and it will be used to something different than getting on the tall buildings. In my previous video, where I was speculating about it and wondering what it could be used for, someone wrote the comment that it might actually allow you to get on the boats or on the cliffs from the water. I don't remember the name of the guy who wrote it, and I can't find the comment right now, so I'm sorry if you're watching this, mate, but the suggestion was pretty solid. It actually might work this way, because if you think about it, we don't have ability to jump out of the water. Because there is a high possibility that those boats and the whole naval warfare promised with this DLC is not only about the vehicles. We might actually see those huge boats as the locations for the objectives. In Battlefield 4, in the Naval Strike DLC, which also had the boats and generally naval warfare in it, we've seen such thing. The locations on the ships were so big that those could easily fit the whole game modes like dominations or team deathmatch. They had couple objectives on them, and there was enough space between them to actually have a fluent gameplay. So I wouldn't be surprised if DICE decided to go for such thing once again in Battlefield 1 and for example place some of the conquest objectives on the submarines. It certainly would spice up the gameplay and add a lot more variety to the map. But at this point, those are only my speculations, so don't take it for granted. At the end of the day, it might turn out completely different, and not much any of my suggestions. But until then, those are all the information that we've got about the Turning Tides DLC coming to the CTE, and as always guys, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the battlefield!